Welcome back, Lotus Bay Yogis. Abby here to offer you another nourishing, gentle flow practice. And we're moving through our niyamas, our ways of being, through the philosophies. And the next place we arrive is Svadhyaya. Svadhyaya, meaning in Sanskrit, self-study or study of the self. So it's this idea, this philosophy that yoga, when we're doing the physical movement, when we're doing the breath work, when we're committing to our practice on the mat, we're actually revealing more and more about ourselves. It's a discovery. And there's a lovely phrase that yoga is the journey of the self, through the self, to the self. And the final self in that three-part phrase is with the capital S, meaning the higher self. The soul, the spirit, the individual consciousness, however you want to perceive that greatest self. It brings that whole question of who am I? So let's dive straight in, yogis. Coming to your seat, taking the palms of the hands down to the knees. Let's start with a little bit of movement through the shoulders. You might find rolls, you might find shrugs, you might simply just smooth them forward and back. And then releasing the neck, releasing the head, and bringing a bit of movement in here. Checking in that first moment here in the movement. Just seeing how the body is, seeing how the energy is on the study of the self. Where does your energy lie? Is there any tension, tightness, softness, expansion as you're moving through the neck space? And then we'll find our seat, lifting crown of the head up, closing down the eyes. A moment together to ground and connect, allowing the awareness to drift within. And on that note of energy, just taking a moment to assess within for yourself where your energy is on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being completely exhausted, flat out, and 10 being ready to run a marathon. Where would you rest your energy there? And holding space for whatever comes up and knowing that it can be transformed through a yoga practice. Drift your awareness now to the rib cage and just watch the breath as it comes in and goes out. And notice how your body is responding to the breath. Is it open, welcoming? And see if you can encourage the body to welcome the breath in a little bit more. Starting to deepen and expand. Pranayama, the extension of our life force, the breath. Creating more vitality with each breath. And we'll drift our hands to our heart center in prayer pose. Meet the left palm to the right and gently press them in. Lift the elbows up to sky as the shoulders soften down. Take a full breath in. Exhale, open mouth, sigh it out. Inhale to prepare for one Om. Take a new breath in. Exhale, bow your head to your heart, welcoming yourself to your yoga practice, and then gently bringing the gaze back up. Fabulous. So we're going to get a little bit more into the lungs and the hips to begin. So I'd like you to find yourself sat and reaching out the right leg in front of you. Take the left leg and bring it over so the foot is in line with the knee. And then bend, if it's available, bend the right leg so that you're finding yourself in this stacked motion. And then you might stay here with the legs, with the left knee up to the sky, or you might find more of a Gomukhasana, stacking the knees on top. If you feel like you might need a blanket or a cushion under the sit bones, please feel free to do that. Beautiful. So finding that lovely base through the legs. We're going to inhale, lift up the hands, fill the breath into the rib cage. Exhale, lowering one hand and finding a side body stretch, bending down. Inhale, center. Exhale, over the other way. Inhale, center. Exhale, over. Beautifully done. Last one on this side. Inhale. Exhale, softening over. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. From here, I'd like you to find boat pose. So you're going to be lifting your feet and you're going to be drawing your knees up to your chest. So we're just awakening the core, awakening the thighs, drawing the heart space up. See if you can find a bit of balance. Beautifully done. From here, then extending the left leg long, taking the right foot over and setting up your legs in exactly the same way. So you might bend the knee, you might stack the other knee on top and find your Gomukhasana legs, your cow face legs down here. Hands coming out to the side. We'll do the same side body stretches, just evening out the hips this time. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Exhale, over to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, over. Inhale, center. Exhale, over. Last one. Inhale, center. Exhale, over. Beautifully done. I'm going to come back to boat pose. You might take your hands out wide and then just use the strength of the stomach and your legs to drift you up to that boat. We're here for 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering the feet down. Beautifully done. Let's find ourselves on our hands and our knees in our tabletop position. Make sure the wrists are underneath the shoulder heads, the knees are underneath the hips. And we're going to ease into our cat-cows. Bend the elbows, inhale, open the heart space, tailbone lifts up. Exhale, tailbone drifts under, chin to chest. Press the hands down into the ground. We'll take a couple more rounds in your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, neutral spine. Step the hands a little forward, tuck the toes. Exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Take a little bit of time here to press down the fingers of the hands, and you might pedal out the legs, one bending and then the other. Awesome. From here, take a full breath in and rise to the balls of the feet. Exhale, lower the knees slowly down to your tabletop as if you're hovering through air. When you arrive with the knees, inhale, open the heart, look forward. Exhale, dome the spine. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, hips to sky. We'll do this a couple more times. Inhale, balls of the feet. Exhale, lower the knees as if you're moving through maple syrup. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, dome the spine. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last one. Inhale, balls of the feet. Exhale, lower the knees down. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take 2 breaths here, fully in. And fully out. Fully in. And fully out. Rise to the balls of the feet. Keep the legs nice and long. Take your mini micro steps to the top of your mat. Bring the feet under the hips, bend the knees. Ragdoll, hands to elbows. Releasing the head, releasing the neck. You might find a little bit of a sway from side to side. You might release the neck and the head by nodding yes and no. Release the elbows and start to peel up through the spine. Rolling up slowly, slowly. When you arrive, inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautifully done, everyone. We'll take a round of Surya Namaskara A, nice and slow. So come to the top of your mat, bring your big toes to touch or send them slightly apart. Hands by the side in Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a full breath in and reach the hands up and overhead. Exhale, bow down, hinge at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine, hands to shins or the thighs. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, stepping one foot back, then the other. High plank pose. Shift the weight forward so the shoulders are above the wrists. Lower the hips a little. Take a full breath in and shift the weight forward. Exhale, lower down, hug the elbows, heart and head comes to the ground. Magnetize the elbows, point the toes. Take a full breath in, lift the head, lift the heart. Full breath out, softening down. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we bow down. Tuck the toes. Take a full breath in, hips to heels, keeping the hands as they are. Exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, come to the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend your knees, look to the top of your mat. Walk or step to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding down. So finding a bit of repetition here with the spine. Last one. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, we rise, hands to sky. Exhale, hands to the side body. Beautifully done, yogis. From here, we'll find our flow. So finding your weight into your left foot, keep the hands by the side body and float the right knee up. So gaze forward in your stork pose. Take a full breath in. Exhale, send the right foot back, bend the left knee and step into your crescent lunge shape. So you're on the ball of your back foot. Awesome. From here, pivot the heel down, so you're coming to a warrior one position with the back foot. Bend the front knee as much as you need, both hips facing forward. Inhale, reach the hands up in prayer above head, warrior one. Now keep pressing the back foot down and hugging the thighs towards one another, even though they're moving apart. Take a full breath in. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder heads and open the heart space up. Keep the feet as they are, legs hugging in, and start to fold forward, back to warrior. Inhale, coming back up, reach the hands up to sky and come to the ball of the back foot, coming back to crescent lunge. Exhale, bounce on the back leg and open out to warrior two. Awesome. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Use the heel to pivot the left foot forward. Reach the hands up to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Taking the hands to the hips, pressing the toes towards one another, ankles slightly out. Full breath in. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Release the head, release the neck. Bringing the hands down to the ground. Now pressing both feet down into the ground. See if you can float your hips so they're directly above the feet. They're not jutting back or forward. And then see if you can peel your sit bones up toward the sky a little bit more, while hugging thighs inward toward one another. Beautifully done, yogis. From here, take your left hand to the ground directly in front of the chest, and with an inhale, reach up the right hand. Exhale, bring the hand back down. We're going to bend into the left knee. We're coming to Skandasana. So you might flex the right foot, you might stay up. If you're staying up in more of a high Skandasana, you'll press the right foot down. So the hips are sinking back, the heart is parallel to the ground. Take a full breath in wherever you are. And then exhale, pivot to the front foot. Ball of the back foot, both hands to the ground. Stepping the left foot back into your plank pose, one straight line. Take a full breath in here. Exhale, lower down. Option to drop the knees, shift the weight forward and hug the elbows in. Inhale, lifting up, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips to sky. Inhale, rise to the balls of the feet. Exhale, soften your knees, look to the top, step or hop. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, bowing down, release. Inhale, we rise, hands to sky. Exhale, hands to heart, then by the side body. Shifting your weight now into the right foot, gazing forward. Peel the toes up on the left, stork pose. Take a full breath in. Exhale, pressing the left foot back, landing in your crescent lunge position. Press the left heel down, toes are out to about a 45-degree angle for warrior one. Inhale, reach the hands up to the sky in prayer. Draw the tailbone down to the back foot. Take a full breath in. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind your back. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, open the heart. Hug the hips as you fold down. Releasing the head, releasing the neck for Bhakti Warrior. Inhale, we rise, reaching hands to sky. Come to the ball of the back foot, crescent lunge. Exhale, spring open, warrior two. Keep hugging both feet down. Inhale, reach up the front, straighten the front leg, reach up the hands and pivot the front foot forward. So you're parallel, you're coming back to that wide leg forward fold. Beautifully done. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, open the heart space. Exhale, bow down. Releasing the neck, releasing the hands down to the ground. And again, taking a moment to really feel into this, noticing how this feels in the body. Svadhyaya, study of the self. How does the body feel? Where is the mind? What are the thoughts doing? Get curious about what's happening internally. And then bringing the right hand directly in front of the chest. Inhale, left hand lifts to sky. Take a full breath in, enjoy this opening. Exhale, right hand to the ground. Bending into the right knee now. Coming either low to your Skandasana or keeping your Skandasana high. Hands are coming to the heart space. Let's take a full breath in here. And a full breath out. Inhale, pivot to the front foot, so that's your right foot, back to the top of your mat. Pressing the hands down and stepping the toes back behind you into your plank pose. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, open the heart, point the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll be here for 3 lovely breaths. Take it slow and steady. Come to the balls of the feet with an inhale. Look to the top of the mat. Take lots of micro steps to the top. Bring your peace fingers, your index finger and your middle finger around your big toes. Bend your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bow forward. Padangusthasana, gorilla pose. So taking the elbows away from each other, bending the arms, releasing the neck. And then drawing the shoulder blades up and back as if you were sliding them up toward the hips. Take 2 loving full breaths here. Releasing the hands and sinking all the way down to the ground. Tailbone, sit bones moving to the earth. We'll find our boat pose once more. Navasana. So your gaze is toward your toes. Your thighs are hugging inward. And the collarbones and the heart space is lifting up in space. Keeping the neck nice and long. We're here for 2 more breaths. And then lowering the feet down, reaching the hands forward. And then I'd like you to roll all the way down to the ground. Oh, enjoy that sensation of the spine, the pelvis meeting the ground. You might take your knees up to your chest for a little embrace. You might roll side to side. And then finding our twist, so keeping the knees together, rolling over to one side with your whole body. Now take your hands behind your head and then open out the right elbow over to the right side. And we're finding this beautiful twist, allowing the belly to receive the breath, to welcome the breath. And notice how this twist is affecting the breath. Does it change anything? Does it alter the movement of the breath? And then gently coming back through to the center. We'll do that on the other side. So you're going to be softening the knees and drawing the elbows together on the other side onto the right side. And then when you're ready, opening the left elbow out. You should feel a lovely twist. Start to soften the body now, allowing the bones, the muscles, the tissues to weigh down toward the ground. One more loving breath in here. And a full breath out. And gently coming through back to the spine. And take a moment with the knees up to the sky, the feet to the ground, and just enjoy this feeling of the spine softening down. And we'll take our lovely Shavasana, our resting place, so letting the feet all the way down to the bottom of the mat. You might keep the hands on the body, you might take the hands out to the sides. If you want to have a blanket or a cushion, please make yourself comfortable. And allowing the natural breath to move back into the body now. And I'll mind the time, so all you have to do is simply rest and relax. This is your time to find a bit of inner peace, coming back to your inner sanctuary and exploring it as part of Svadhyaya, the study of the self. taking a full breath into your body and letting it go. Bringing some movement to the toes, the fingers, the ankles and the wrists. And it might feel good to take a full body stretch with the hands up above the head, reaching toes to fingers and fingers to toes. When you're ready, finding yourself over on one side with the knees bent. Take a couple of breaths here in this little pause between your yoga practice and the time ahead. To simply be here with yourself. And keeping the gaze low or the eyes closed, drifting yourself back up using the hands to a seat. And as soon as you arrive, extending the spine, bringing the hands to the heart center in prayer, allowing the elbows to lift up to the sky as the shoulders soften down. Feel that union happening here in the heart space. The left palm and the right palm drawing into the heart. And as that happens, lift the heart to meet the thumbs. Take a full breath in. Exhale, release the breath. Inhale, prepare for an Om. Enjoy a new breath into your body. Let it go and soften the head to the heart, bowing down to yourself first and foremost, for creating time and space to give back to your mind, body and spirit through this practice. Let's take a deeper bow to each other. My highest self bows down to your highest self in union. We say to ourselves and each other, Namaste. Thank you very much, Lotus Bay Yogis. As always, it's a pleasure and delight. Please feel free to email Lotus Bay Yoga should you have any questions, comments or feedback. Until we meet again, have a blissful time. Namaste.